From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the L.A. Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From the check. No.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking with it. Play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So a failure to connect on 2nd down. That leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing. Hooker. He's got right on the short throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. He can't get him down. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 15. A handoff to Spiller to begin the drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 4. Right back to Spiller on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. The Chargers at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And And the Chargers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A little surprise pays off on 3rd and 1. Pass instead of run. Gets him 15 yards. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So the ball goes into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. Open man is Samuel, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
To the air again, Herbert. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Play action. It's Herbert rolling to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and they're trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
They go play action. Here's Hooker sliding out of the pocket. His throw in. Chargers. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the.
One of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Taken from just outside the 30. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've been terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers! Touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Okay, ready?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Montgomery on the counter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here we go.
From the 29, here's 2nd down and 7. Hooker now off play action. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now in a touchdown.
Riley Patterson now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the...
On Herbert, his third interception. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They had a great starting position to begin the drive, and now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Hooker to throw it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Patterson's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Hey, Ram.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. This will be caught at Samuel. And he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles. At that time, a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, if I haven't said it before, I'm certainly saying it now. No one throws a prettier deep ball than Justin Herbert. This thing's on a rope, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Down the left sideline. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that one complete downfield to Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He's got this to Williams, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Now it's 2nd and 10. Herbert back to the air. And his throw is incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks. Like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 1 touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go right back to Spiller here on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking for the crossing receiver. He's got him. It's Samuel. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
Go. Ready.
On 1st and 10 is Spiller. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Here's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it with Spiller. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Allen! Isaiah Spiller, 36 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Yeah, they would have been happy with a first down, but this is even better. Once he's past the marker, it's cream cheese from there. And he bumps it to the outside, and it's just going to run away from defenders on his way toward the pylon.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Off play action. Here's Hooker.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is, you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they've run out of patience, and now they get to demand production? Or do you continue to stay with him this way?
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Herbert off of play action. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight.
And he's going to go down again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Looking to throw, Hooker.
Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Working out of the shotgun, Hooker. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Check it.
On 1st and 10, Hooker.
Open man right side is St. Brown.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Finds Gibbs on a check down.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
And that's now 4 completions in a row. Good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. We all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Patterson's kick is good.
And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Charger drive about to get going.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He finds his target, Allen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
Give running right is Spiller.
And he's got some space here. And he'll go down the middle before getting this inside the 30. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he will find his man, Samuel. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, 29 yards. And the Chargers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. Fights forward at the 20. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
5-9, 5-9. Set.
Right back to Spiller on second down. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Hey, go Lion, 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 Lion. Set.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he is caught. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards total on that carry.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
And he will have a Charger first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They're going to pass here with Herbert. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Ready? They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Hooker to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often